What's good with y'all, man? Stop giving energy to these type of women. The women that do not value your time, don't respect what you do, how you operate, how you move. I'm telling you. Now, tall tale signs that these women are just about themselves, right? Ego driven. She expects you to respond as soon as she texts you. She expects you to, and guys, most of the time, you set the precedent on this, and too many guys that I talk to, that I discuss with, game plan with, give advice to, too many of them start off the wrong way. You know what I mean? You have to set the foundation, guys. You always lay the foundation. We are the men, we are the leaders. You must always assert yourself to that degree, to that level when you were talking about women that you're dealing with. Now, we stop giving attention to these kind of females that are just about themselves and, super selfish, and that they don't feel like they need to do anything, right? They feel like they show up with pussy and niggas supposed to be bowing down. Nah, it takes more than that to get us, right? It takes more than that to get me. We have to be also accustomed to conquering pussy. You know what I mean? And from that point, what do? We only deal with the women that are at the very least on a cooperative take. They don't assume. I'm going to tell you something that you always got to look out for when it comes to the women that you actually want to deal with. Here's the key. And this is going to help you sift through so many of these diabolical assholes. When you are talking to them, when you have a conversation, even if it leads to an altercation, does she automatically assume the worst? Peep this. I need to run that back because y'all missing, I'm telling you, advanced game on Patreon, by the way. Shout out to my guys on the Patreon. Does she go to negativity, right? Does she always assume the worst? Does she always, and what do I mean by this? Plenty of chicks I've been with, they show their crazy side initially when, you could have been at the gym. You could have been doing something. You could have been busy. You don't hit them back for a while. You were genuinely busy. It was one of these times for me. Missed the first call, she calling me. Missed the text. I didn't respond for a couple hours. I think I was actually in transit. I was actually like on the go, okay? Didn't have the time to sit here, drop everything. Oh, hey, baby. A lot of us busy men don't, okay? And this works to our advantage. However, she already assuming I'm cheating. In hindsight, guys, it's actually a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, only if it leads to minor insecurity. And when I say minor insecurity, it just makes her focus in more on you. Let me make sure I'm emptying my man's nutsack before he leaves and go out in this world. Before he pull up and pull up somewhere and see a streetwalker and she just want to give him the Gawk 3000. Tongue twister, fucking. Let me make sure he's completely empty. Women should be focusing more on that. Women, know y'all be watching, trying to peep game and use it. You can't use this stuff against us. We're men. We are real men on this side. We will forever win. Your best bet is to bow down, hot passenger princess. I'm just saying. I just talked about this with my group. By the way, we got double lives Thursday and Sunday. Y'all hit the description and the pinned comment to join us. So that's 4 lives a week. 4 lives a week, guys. And different coasts. It don't matter if you in Europe. It don't matter if you in fucking South Africa. It don't matter. You can pull up at one of these times for sure. Every week. I digress. Women that don't value your time, women that don't value your energy that you even put in, whatever you can give, right? This might not be the relationship. You know what I mean? This might not, at least yet. Guys, you don't jump straight into relationships. You have to have building blocks. Women will try to rush the process of building into a relationship. It's up to you to slow it down. You always have to remain firm in the pocket. At the end of the day, women want a man's man. They're all gonna get off to a man. All right, it don't matter. They need the masculine opposition. It's in your best interest to always remain on point as a man. We were talking about how you must always hit on a certain stigma of this woman's emotional spectrum. When you're dealing with them, you got to hit on certain things like on a day-to-day basis. And it should flow naturally when you are on point. It flows naturally when you're on point. It's not like something that you have to work towards. Okay, there are going to be times where she acting up. She's going to try to come out with a shit test or some bullshit out of left field. She pulled it literally out of her ass. You be like, damn, bitch, how are you trying to start an argument just off of nothing, some fugazi shit? You be surprised. But women are known for that. Women are famous for that. Okay? We don't want to deal with too much of that drama. You don't give your energy, you don't give your time to that stuff. At times, even when women in general, when it's a women in general moment, like it's that time of the month for her and she's spazzing out or whatever, she ain't trying to obey no orders. She ain't on that kind of stuff. All right. You be nonchalant, you be cool, but know that you doing that is automatically going to shift her energy to where it needs to be at for you. It shouldn't be like she's exploding on you, snapping on you. Well, she should be exploding on you. She should be exploding on the dick, right? But she shouldn't be snapping on you and doing all this extra emotional shit just because she's super insecure about where you at, and because you're such a valuable man, right? She's going to end up thinking, oh, he's cheating on me, this and that, or he's fucking my friend. I might be fucking your friend. She wanted to. You bragging about the dick, right? Even if that is the case, I have to accept that. We have to accept that as being valuable men. She's going to have to accept that fact about being with a valuable man. You don't entertain women that want you because you're able to market yourself to a lot of women, a plethora of women, but they expect you to all of a sudden drop all that stuff and be solely involved with them, because the whole reason why she got with you in the first place was because you were Don, because you on point, because she sees you as him. You have to stay there. What naturally comes with that, sometimes a little aggression. I just suggest, hey, ladies, just take your aggression out on that dick. Ride that dick until you're satisfied and more than satisfied, and maybe you need to go again. That's the way you get off the aggression. It don't got to be an argument. It don't got to be all that extra stuff. If they're not willing to separate their feelings at times and understand where you're at as a man, you know, just what you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis, whether you're an entrepreneur, you know, you run your own business, you got side hustles, all this kind of stuff. She has to respect your time. If she always thinks it's about her, and like if she can't just separate that, you know what I mean? I know it's not going to be perfect. I know it's not going to be every time. But there are certain women that are going to understand that your role as a man is very important. You know what I mean? And if they're not, then they're not trying to see things from your point of view. You don't give energy, you don't give time to women that are only focused on what they can benefit from being with you. They're not trying to put in any kind of work, trying to do anything. If your woman not over here trying to cook for you, even if she can, or she's like, oh, I'll make something for us and we can have something. If she's always like, yo, we always got to go somewhere expensive. We always have, it's like, nah, it doesn't need to always be that. It don't. We could be low key. She can't appreciate being low key. She always needs to have an extravagant trip. And nah, bro, she bougie. Bougie bitches are overrated because their rhetoric is, well, the broke guys, blah, blah, blah. And you're not there. You don't have a boat. And you're not. It's like, man, who cares about all that bullshit? Guys, it's your plan. That's what I meant by she has to obey your orders. At times, if she knows something better than you do, and she wants to quote unquote lead because she has more experience, some nurturing side or some motherly side, and she's showing out on that, then let her do what she do. And you let her know, hey, I appreciate that. Now I'm taking the reins again. You know what I'm saying? Like it always has to end up back in your hands. That's not something you just leave up to them. You know what I mean? Back to the women that don't value your energy, bro. You got to make sure that she is locked in on you. We as men must start demanding more from them. And for this thing to work out, for your dating situation to always be favorable for you, you have to sift through you have to designate appropriately, guys. Your discernment got to be on point. You just got to delegate. Okay, she throw. She could bounce on it. Damn, she love bouncing. And she's a fun chick. Ooh, I could kick it with her too. Cool. This chick over here stays focused, introverted, don't have whole friends. Okay, bet. That's what I'm talking about. She don't use Halloween as an excuse to be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. That type shit. We also was talking about that too. Man, so many important things, bro. I'm telling you. So many important things. We're not typically listening to what they talking about unless they're talking enough to expose themselves. We listening for those, right? We're listening for that. But as far as her actions, that's what we're really keeping an eye on. Really keeping an eye on that. She's super selfish, guys. She expects you to just provide, give. Like out the gate. She's expecting you to be husband material when y'all just met. But she can be, free and she don't have to do anything. We got to change that. We got to change that. That's a no-go. We locked in on this shit. We focus. We start at zero every day. But we go from zero to hero every fucking day, bro. We go from zero to hero every fucking day, though. That's how I like to keep it, man. That should keep you ambitious. How much did I achieve today? How much did I make today? How much did I do today? You just keep stacking them days, bro. Stack them days up. Stack them days up, kings. Stack them up, G. You know what I'm saying? We just keep winning.